Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And before you click away, yes, in this episode we'll actually learn how to do some editing. Okay, but first, what have I learned from the last video? It's really hard to show excitement and passion through video or through a video camera. Yes, I fell asleep from watching my first video too. But you hopefully won't fall asleep this time. So what are we going to do today? Well, we won't be seeing how I edited my first video, mainly because I forgot to press record while I was editing it. Instead, we'll do something much more interesting. If you're watching this video, you have probably seen the title, and yes, I'll be showing you how I edited and created my very own subscribe button animation. You know, that one. And while we're talking about it, you might as well subscribe. Why I use Premiere Pro? Well, I figured, even though it's expensive, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it properly. And I only got the subscription for the single app, so I'm not paying the ridiculous price of the full Creative Cloud subscription. With that said, all the effects that I will be enabling for download for you guys will be Premiere effects, and I can't guarantee that they work with any other or are compatible with any other video editing software. But I did include the clip that I used for the animation, so you got that going for you at least. So let's get started. Ha! I bet you didn't expect that. Then I think you won't be expecting this either. Alright, let's do this, guys. The first thing you'll notice is that this clip is sped up. It's sped up 10 times, and trust me, it is for your benefit. It took me an hour to create this animation, and I don't think that you want to sit there and watch how I created the subscribe button animation for an hour. Okay, so the first thing I did there was change the scale and position of the clip. That is a very basic effect that is always available for any clip and doesn't need to be added separately. One thing I should note is that I have done this before while I was practicing, and that time I had issues getting the subscribe clip to play on top of my other clip. That is why in this clip I put the subscribe clip on the highest video layer. I found that the layers are overlapping the previous ones, meaning V1 is overlapping V2 and V3 is overlapping V2 and V1, and so on. The next thing I do in this video is create masks for all three elements that I want to track. You create a mask by simply clicking on one of the three shapes under opacity. I tend to use the rectangle for everything, mainly because I don't have the patience for the free draw, nor am I that precise, and the oval one is just somehow weird. I don't like it. Anyway, that is just how I made it easy for myself. I know there is probably a billion better and easier ways, but for me that is good enough for now. Alright, the next thing you need to do is create keyframes to track your animation. You see the little pocket watch icon next to almost every effect option? That creates the first keyframe, and every subsequent keyframe you can create manually by clicking on the tiny circle in between the two arrows. Keyframes are also automatically created for you if you change something on the property between frames. Beware, one of the things I learned the hard way about keyframes is that they animate automatically, which can sometimes be useful, as you'll see later when the bell animates. While I was experimenting and learning how to do this though, I had to correct my masks from scratch a few times because I couldn't figure out how to have the mask suddenly change shape from one frame to the next without animating the shape changes between frames. As you can see in this clip, my mouse pointer is suddenly changing shape into a hand when it reaches the subscribe button, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. All you need to do there is go back one frame before it changes into a hand and drop a keyframe there. Adjust the shape of the mask, go one frame forward again, adjust the mask again, and there you have it. It will suddenly change shape without doing weird shape shifting things while going between frames. Another time when I use the same technique is when I press the subscribe button and it suddenly changes position and the bell appears. As you can see, when the bell appeared, I added another mask shape and now I have 3 in total. One for the subscribe button, one for the bell, and the last one to track the mouse pointer. The first 2 shapes are not moving and are not animated, so I only needed 2 or 3 keyframes to keep track of them and change the mask whenever the shape changes or they change position. But the mouse pointer was quite a bit harder to track, multiple adjustments and shape changes from hand to pointer and back. I am aware that there is such a thing as auto tracker, but I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to work for me correctly, so I just ended up doing this manually. It takes me a bit longer, but at least I am able to track it and make it any shape I want in each frame separately. And there you see the completed animation. To save the effects as presets, you have to hold Ctrl and left click on both parent nodes of the effect, in this case motion and opacity. Go to the little burger looking control button next to the effects control and click Save Presets. Choose a name and your effect will be saved. To find your saved presets, go to the effects bin on the bottom and expand the presets option, and they should be in there. And there you have it, how to create your very own subscribe button for YouTube. And for all of you who can't be bothered making their own, or you like the look of mine, the download link is in the description below. And with that said, now you know that I have a subscribe button animation, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. And if you like the channel, like the video, please also hit the like button. I bet you didn't expect that either, did you? Link for that is also in the description below. Alright, now you all know the drill. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. If you know a better way to make the animation, let me know in the comments below. Or if you want me to try to do something specific in one of the next few episodes, also write it in the comments and I'll see if I can figure out how to do the effect. In other words, challenge me. Alright, for now, thank you all for watching, keep learning, and until next time.